Previously on the Frontier Farmer.
That's right, new field where we drilled our sorghum has had some weeds crop up. A field full of weeds, so let's get these weeds taken care of. Herbicide has killed all of the weeds in new field with the sorghum in. Into the New Holland, it has gargled into life. Right, let's get the barley in. We have harvested the barley, which is nice to see. Right, we have got 17,055 litres. Filling her up with sorghum. 15 units of sorghum make 16 units of flour. And all this straw is going to go into the hayloft. Unloading the last straw load. Next month we will make ourselves busy with the canola harvest and potato harvest if we can wait an additional month for both to be ready. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Frontier Farmer at the Dark Forest. You might notice that it's now August, and I'm just out here this morning checking out the open garden. Although there's not much growing in there, we might have to plant some corn to keep our pigs happy. But Barkamus has been having a good old sniff around. He does enjoy being by the waterside. In fact, I think he's just dipped down there to go and see if he can jump in and have a bit of a swim. He is quite the mountain goat, Barkamus. But because it is August, we have some harvests ready, and that's part of the reason why we have not done much in June and we've gone to August. And it took an extra month for the canola in Farmside Field to be ready to harvest. I think it's because we drilled it in slightly late, but it is now a lovely golden brown colour. So we are going to be getting in the harvester. I think I should probably actually grab the pickup first so we can grab the header. Oh, just bonked myself into a tree there. But yes, once we are done with the canola harvest in Farmside Field, I think we'll be going to help out Richard with the potato harvest in West Creek, which is also ready to harvest. Yes, we were keeping the animals well watered, but we can drop the water tank off now. Go and grab the header trailer and get the grain header or grain thrasher attached to our New Holland harvester. Now, Farmside Field is not going to be our last harvest, nor is West Creek, because we have the sorghum in Newfield, which we will be coming to harvest probably next month. I think that the sorghum is probably in its last stage of growth and will be ready next month or fairly soon after. But let's retrieve the header out of the shed here. There we go. And it hasn't got to go too far. In fact, we probably didn't actually need to move it out of the shed. We probably could have just come along and grabbed it from the side of the shed. But that probably would have left us with little space. So best we just pull it out and make it nice and accessible for the New Holland. Hired into action. And we will need to go get the IFA and the trailer for the usual setup for depositing our crop. Right, here we go. Let's get the header attached. Line it up. And clunk it into place. And I can hear the sawmill absolutely bursting with life, and it's Thomas. Hey Thomas, good to see you. It's been a little while since we caught up, but yep, busy with the sawmill I see. Yeah, I think Chuck's wood farm is helping to keep everything nicely stocked without having to cut down lots of the forest. So yeah, good stuff. Well, I'll catch you later because we have to crack on with the canola harvest. Let's jump in the IFA and get that over there. I think what we'll do is we'll leave the IFA and the trailer just on this straight here. There we go. And once we've done a headland, we can deposit into it. Right, let's hop in the harvester and get this harvest underway. No straw is byproduct, and of course, as always, I've forgotten to unfold the harvester. But there we go, getting the flaps opened now, and there we go. Yeah, no straw as byproduct, so just some good old canola. Wind the pipe back in, and that is the canola cargo all unloaded. 2 unloads from that field, and managed to do that job quite neatly, if I say so myself. But that is the field all nicely cleared of the canola, and I'm thinking because we've got the sorghum harvest coming up, I'm actually not going to bother detaching the header from the harvester and put it on the header trailer. I'm actually just going to tuck this in to the shed, this angle, and then we can just lower the header down to the ground and shut the harvester down so it's ready to use again next month. There we go, fantastic. We better back the trailer up in as well, and yes, I think we will probably just keep the farm all here for now, and we will be needing the root crop harvester next. I think Richard said he was going to come over and pick up either the harvester or the truck and trailer. We will see. But let's inspect how much canola we have got. 13,992 litres. That's pretty good. Yeah, not too shabby. And managed to actually unload it successfully from the harvester, despite it being a little bit finicky. Now, I think the destination for this canola is going to be straight into the windmill to make oil, because I think we've already got a stash of canola in the silo, so why not go and take this to the windmill to convert into oil. And we put some sorghum in there last time to make some sorghum flour. So we can take a little inspect and see how that's doing. I think it's had 2 months to process, so we should have a good amount of flour. Hopefully we can see if we meander our way through here. It's always busy and bustling, especially round by the chickens. Watch out, girls, don't want to run you over. And try and get a bit of a run up the steep hill. The IFA sometimes does struggle a little bit. Well, the windmill is still turning, so it must be still working its way through the sorghum. But as we can see, we have got some flour deposited, which is fantastic. Right, let's load the canola in. We can get the oil underway as well. Unloading nicely. There we go. So we have 7,000 litres of sorghum remaining to process into flour. We've just got some more pallets out, and we're going to have to keep emptying it because otherwise it is going to fill up. But we have our canola now, so we can activate the canola oil processing, and that's going to turn 2 canola into 1 canola oil. Okay, I don't propose that we take the flour now. We'll probably let it build up and do one big flatbird delivery over to the farm shop. But yeah, we'll come back for that once it's all processed, and we could probably even grab some oil as well. Aha, I think I can see Richard there by the sawmill shack. Good morning, Richard. How are you doing? Yep, we've just finished the canola harvest. So over to you. You can take the truck over to West Creek and we'll bring the harvester. And yeah, maybe we can tag team the fields. You do one and I do one. Oh, sounds good. I will see you over there. Richard is heading off. We'll see him over there. The harvester is in the big shed and the new field shed. So we can actually run over where we've just harvested the canola. It is always quite sad to see the crop go out of the field because it does look quite nice, especially canola when it's in its mid-stage of growth and it's nice and yellow. But I've got to say the sorghum is looking pretty good as well. I think this should turn its nice golden orange colour as yep, it is growing, and we've got a fair yield bonus on this, so that is good. Right, into the portrait. Could probably do with a clean after this harvest round. Start her up, and I think we still have the potato header attached because we did potatoes last time. So let's get the beacon on. There we go. Switch was a little bit fiddly there, but yep, we can head over to West Creek, meet up with Richard. And the plan is that the potatoes are going to be brought back to go in the usual cellar, which is just up here to the left. But there are some potatoes in there from the last harvest, so if we end up filling the cellar up, the plan is to put the leftover potatoes into the compost bunker, where we can then get it turned into compost once it has rotted away. So yeah, it might sound like a bit of a shame that we're wasting some potatoes, but we can potentially keep some for storage if we wanted to obviously use potatoes to cook for food. But we also would like to potentially make some compost so we can feed our orchard for the next season. I think the orchard will be running down a little bit now that it's getting closer to the end of summer, and where once it hits autumn time, the orchard will start to wither away over winter. Over the bridge past Granny's, and yeah, she's constantly knitting all of the clothing. And Chuck is between the butchers and the wood farm and actually the coal factory over at West Creek. Don't see him very often, but he is busy. Not so much in the butchers, but definitely between the coal factory and the wood farm. Probably the wood farm is his busiest thing. Right, here we are. The potatoes are ready to top and harvest, and Richard is dead ahead with the truck. Okay, so Richard has made a start. He's done a fresh cut straight through the field, and yeah, we are going to be harvesting the potatoes. So Richard first in West Creek North, and then I will follow on with harvesting West Creek South. But for the time being, I'll do the carting. Okay, Richard has finished with the potato harvest of West Creek North. We're just unloading the last remnants. 43% in the trailer, 19,000 litres. I think we're going to chance it and say that we're not going to need to unload to the cellar or to the compost bunker, because I think West Creek South is actually... could it be bigger? Yeah, it might be bigger, but I think we're going to chance it nonetheless, because I'm not actually sure if this trailer has a hitch on the back of it. Yes, it does. What we will do is we might be able to hitch up to the back of that dolly trailer there and use that as a bit of extra capacity if we need to. Yeah, I think it's probably worth our while just chancing it. Richard has nipped off, as he usually does. So what we'll do is we'll park the trailer down here and switch it off. I'm not sure if Richard is going to be helping us with some of the carting. We'll probably just deposit into the edge of the field as and when we need to. Yeah, there we go. Richard has kept it running, so engine stays warm. Let's head on in, and it's straight on to the next potato harvest. So we can switch the harvester on. I think we will try and run as best we can. I might try and clear a headland or two around the field before we then break into the rows. And here we go. Potatoes are coming in, and we are off to a good start. So let's get West Creek South harvested as well, and then we can take stock on how many potatoes we've got. That's the potato harvest done, and unfortunately, but probably fortunately as well, we have got a full trailer. So there's 4,298 litres left in the potato harvester, or root crop harvester. I'm going to have to ask Richard to take that back for us, and we will take the truck, and yeah, we'll have to get it deposited into the cellar. Right, let's just leave that there. I'll give Richard a nudge on my way out, just to say to bring the harvester back. Oh, look at the weight. It has really pivoted the back of the IFA, and yeah, sat a little bit heavy. I think the tyre is a bit depressed there, but that's okay. Right, fire it up. 45,000 litres of potatoes, plus 4,700 odd in the harvester. So yeah, just shy of 50,000 litres of potatoes. That is pretty darn good from both these fields. Can't remember what the yield was when we harvested the potatoes last season, but yet nonetheless it's looking good numbers wise. Right, let's get this to the cellar. Easy does it. Over the bridge. I think I can hear it creaking as we go with the heavy load. But this bridge is well constructed. It has stood the test of time since we had it built. And we want to make a right turn here to go take the potatoes to the cellar. We'll have to get the wooden chute out that allows the potatoes to be deposited right deep into the cellar, and it'll be on top of the potatoes we had there from the previous harvest. Yeah, once we have filled that cellar up, we can put any remnants into the compost bunker. Right, here we go. Let's hop out, and yeah, we want to get the hatch open here. There we go, and get the chute put in place. There we go. Right, should just be able to tip now. Potatoes are going in. Okay, so we are down to 30% remaining. 13,695 litres. That cannot go in the cellar. It's too full. So that's good news. And it's double good news because it means that we can put 13,000 litres plus another 4,700 into our compost bunker. And that means that we are going to be able to get a good volume of compost produced for our orchard. And we could also add some sugar beets in here, we could add some hay, we could add some straw, we could add some grass, we could add the organic waste that comes from the orchard. So yeah, making compost is actually quite versatile. I think I should probably, just in the interests of trying to keep this neat, deposit in the centre of this bunker first of all, and any subsequent loads or any of the compacting is going to spread it out to either side. Right. Depositing away. Have to shimmy forward. And interestingly, although it's potatoes, it's looking a little bit green in the back there. I wonder if it's kind of converted it into something else to register it as something that can be compostable. But yep, the potatoes are in, and we can park up the IFA and wait for Richard to come back over. In fact, we'll probably need him to drop the potatoes into the trailer so that we can deposit the next load in. So let's wait for him. Here comes Richard. And get the last of the sugar beet unloaded. Root crop harvester dropped off. And the potatoes into the compost bunker. Alright, there we go. That's the IFA parked away. It has been a busy day. I see Thomas is still busy working in the sawmill, which is good news. But what a busy day. We've got our canola harvest in, and all of that canola went into the windmill, so it's now making some good oil. And then we headed over to West Creek, where Richard did the first harvest of potatoes. A little bit messy, if I'm honest, but yeah, Richard is a funny one sometimes. And then we did West Creek South. But yes, 50,000 or just shy of 50,000 litres of potato, and our cellar is full, and we have a good amount to make into compost. I think next month we are going to have our sorghum harvest in Newfield ready to harvest, and that's our biggest field, so that's going to be quite a big job. And then we'll see what we've got to keep ourselves busy as summer ends into autumn. But that is it for today. Hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you've got any tips, tricks, things you'd like me to do, then feel free to leave a comment. But all there's left to say is, hope to see you again next time on The Frontier Farmer, and until then, catch you later. Cheers all, bye bye.